Hello, my name is Eric, and I want to talk about being, I should say, turning. I just had a birthday. I am now a 71-year-old black male living in the United States of America, out in the sticks. Welcome to the craziness that lives inside my head. So I was talking to a friend about being 71, and I said to him, I'm feeling the same way I felt when I was 31. And I remember when I turned 30, I felt sad, a little bit depressed, and the reason for that was very interesting. I didn't have the American dream. Now, back then, you would say the American dream. What was the American dream back when you were 30 years old? Well, it was, in my understanding, when you reach your 30s, you should have a wife, children, a house with a picket fence, two-car garage, a great job with a big pension, and life is beautiful. I didn't have that when I was 30. When I turned 30, the other thing is, talk about a job, I was only making 14.9. That wasn't really, even back in those days, making $14,900 a year wasn't considered a big salary. When guys my age was doing 30 and 40,000 a year. But anyway, and you might say, well, didn't you know, or you're gay, and this is what gay men think about? I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with straight or being gay. I mean, if I was gay, which I was, but being gay, I guess if I had the boyfriend, the husband, and we had a house and a picket fence and two dogs and a two-car garage and maybe that. But anyway, when I turned 30, I looked around and I said to myself, I don't have that American dream. And that was the American dream. The house with the white picket fence with two-car garage and kids and, wife. The wife stays home and take care of the kids and cook your meals while you at working and making all this money, and you could take the kids and your wife once a year to Disney World or Disneyland, whatever. You always had that fabulous vacation with the family. I mean, no, I didn't have that. I was still struggling in my 30s, still struggling. So now I'm 71 and I got a little melancholy. My friend goes, melancholy? They don't use that word anymore. Well, I was melancholy. A little sad. I don't want to say sad. I wasn't sad. But I was like, okay, I'm 71. And I remember I've always lived my life not wanting to be in a rocking chair, wishing I had did this at my age. When I was young, I used to hear the old people say, oh, I should have done this when I was younger. I had the chance to do this and I had the chance to do that. Well, I've done all those chances that I want to do. So I don't have any regrets doing that. But when I sat by myself, being melancholy, the sadness came over me was, wow, I never thought that I would make 71. I mean, when you're 18 years old and 19 and you drinking and drugging and twirling your ass at the discos, no, you don't think about being 71. I mean, when I was 18 and 20, if you got into your 50s, you were old. Who would think I would be 71? And then sometimes I like to say, well, I'm very lucky. I mean, the other thing that got me melancholy my birthday, when I thought about being 71 and how I felt when I was 30, were all those people, I would say 60% of the people, maybe 70% of the people that I partied with and drug with and drank with are not here today. They never got to see 71. Some of them, a lot of them didn't get to see 40. And there was some that didn't get to see 30. I mean, that kind of made me a little sad and a little depressed. I mean, I guess I was depressed. But I don't hate to use those words. I was melancholy. The other word, I have a friend who didn't like that word. Well, let's use another word. Melancholy. Nobody used that word. And we looked at, we Googled, and one of the words popped up instead of melancholy is blue. Okay, I was blue. I felt blue. I didn't even like the term myself, blue. I'd rather say melancholy, but yeah, I was in a blue mood. I mean, think about it. When you get 71, you'd be like, oh my God, what in the world is going on? I'm 71. Now what do I do? And that's how I feel. Now what do I do? Now, even at 71, as you know, if you're listening to this podcast or looking at the YouTube channel, this is what I'm doing at 71. This is what I want to do. I've always done what I want to do. I'm writing a book. I'm writing 2 books. And one of the books I'm writing is called Boo Boo Whopper, My 430-Pound Life. And it's basically the way I lived my years from 70 to the 90s when I was 430 pounds in my experience and how I got my stomach stapled and lost weight. So that chapter, so I'm writing about that chapter in my life, my 430-pound chapter. That ended when it ended. But I'm saying I had the drinking and drugging life, but I was 430 pounds drinking and drugging, and then I was 430 pounds sober. But altogether, when I was 430 pounds, that was a chapter in my life. And I didn't allow my weight to stop me from doing a lot of things. The other thing is, 71, I'm entering into a new chapter of my life. Because right after I had my stomach stapled, there's another chapter in my life. Because it took me good 20 years to lose 200 pounds. I didn't lose it right away. And I pretty much kept majority of that weight off for the last 10 years. I'm not 430 pounds again. I don't think I will survive 430 pounds. But I'm 71. And all you people out there who are 71, I don't know about you guys. I'm like, oh my God. How did I live so long? How did I make 71? If you knew me when I was 18 and 20, most people say when I was 18 and 20, you keep living the way you're living, you ain't gonna see 30. And then that's why when I became 30, I was really like, wow, I made 30. Now I'm 71. I have a new chapter to live in my life. Don't know how long I got to go to be on this planet, but still, 71. You just heard the craziness that lives inside my head.